You know, I'm not the biggest fan on gadgets. Things like headphones, especially when you're running, they fall out of your ears unless they have loops. Just like all gadgets, gadgets need an update. If you think about it, you're a gadget too. Your health, your credit especially. When was the last time you updated your credit score? Well, we can do that for you. This video is sponsored by Pinnacle Credit Repair. For those of you that don't already know about Pinnacle Credit Repair, it's the go-to solution for fast, effective credit improvement. Pinnacle Credit Repair offers two powerful programs: Fast Track Elite program for those who want rapid results but on a budget, and the Elite program for clients who prefer to work with me directly for highly personalized service and want to be on my VIP list. We're consistently ranked as the best for delivering exceptional tailored service according to badcredit.org and have a solid reputation for removing even the hardest items from credit reports quickly. Don't take our word for it. Check out my YouTube playlist on the homepage of my channel and see hundreds of successful client case studies. The links to my playlist are in the description below. Ready to take control of your credit? Book a consultation with me today. Let's make your credit goals into a reality. Shout out to whoever sent me this. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Lots of good and not so good cigars in there, as we found out yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched my video yesterday, but maybe you want to check that out because yesterday's topic was pretty interesting. A lot of people hit me up. I wasn't expecting so much people to hit me up and join my program this morning. Got a lot of calls, had 100 calls this morning, back after back. Like, you guys woke me up, but it's okay, you know. But let me kind of touch back on what we spoke about yesterday. Parasite SEO, mainstream credit repair companies. A lot of people resonated with that video, and it's so true. A guy called me, I think about an hour ago. His name was David or Chris, and he's like, he hired some company, 750 something, and they legitimately like did nothing. Well, they did one round of disputes in 90 days. How is that? How is that? You can see that is the long tail bullshit of this industry. Lots of people give this industry a bad rap, and I was saying the same exact thing 10 years ago. I've been in this industry for a decade now, more than a decade. Disputes, strategies, and methods are always updated. As technology and gadgets are updated, so is the intervention of technology. And that's why I've been doing disputes online since the beginning of this whole business. I started this business back in like 2011. I've been doing everything online. One, it saves paper. Now, I know I'm burning leaves now, but I don't like to throw out and waste paper. This is biodegradable. It's an actual leaf, but paper, it's a little bit, it's a different of a process. So yeah, definitely caring about the environment here. Now, aside from, you know, my love for the environment and nature, the main reason why I do it is not that, even though I love the animals. It's because it's not efficient. It's because it's archaic. And you'll find yourself writing letters. You know, interesting fact, most people, I think the average American has the 5th grade reading level. That's sad. So when you're making these letters and all these things using ChatGPT and all this stuff, they know it's not you writing it. That's one little secret, all right? But to make a long story short, I was just, again, hearing people call me and they're like, wow, they didn't do anything. They didn't do any disputes. And you could track this stuff because as you send disputes, you get notes, receipts, especially when you do it online. You can't hide anything. All these people that are like, I'm so done arguing and, you know, talking about online disputes. I don't even want to talk about it in this video. But to make a long story short, update your credit and update your credit habits. That's the beauty of working with me one-on-one. You know, people call me and they say they figured credit out. Well, unless you seriously learn something, but knowing what to do and doing what you know are two separate things. If you call me and you have a 559 credit score and you have unpaid collections and you were sued and you have late payments, I just don't understand. I just don't see how you've actually changed unless you actually paid for a course. You know, like if you were in a relationship and let's just say you did something as crazy as hit your wife or hit your girlfriend, you know what would happen? Well, first, that's a domestic violence case, but along the process of, you know, getting arrested and getting locked up, eventually you would have to exit that situation depending upon the damage. Hopefully it's just a punch or something like that. Well, heaven forbid, but let's just say, I'm just giving you an analogy. You would go to anger management classes, right? Or let's say you had a crack addiction or a crystal meth addiction. Eventually, once you get processed through the system, you would have to undergo rehabilitation. Rehabilitation, there we go, sorry. Had tobacco on my tongue. In this case, from the credit and financial sense, you would need to undergo serious financial literacy. And financial literacy is not just reading a book, it's actually putting things into practice, because you're not going to know anything or learn anything until you actually do something. And until you actually do something, you don't get to learn anything. That's just how it works. It's like working on a car. You could read a book on how to operate a motor vehicle, get your license, but until you drive the roads of America, the vast roads, right? Night, dusk to dawn, and in thunderstorms and in snow, you really don't have much experience. So you don't know anything. Knowledge is experience. It's the same thing with credit. How serious are you guys about this? The people that are serious, so what I see, they're willing to pay the price, whether it's money. By the way, money is a small price. A lot of you guys, well, not a lot, but some of you guys are like, I like it when you say, I don't have the money, because that's honest. But when you're like, that's kind of steep. No, the price is never steep. There is no such thing as a price too steep. A loser will say the price is steep, but a winner is going to say, how can I pay that price? Because you only have two options in life. You either make it or you fuck, all right? There's two options. You do it or you don't. You win or you lose. A lot of you guys are in this in-between zone of fuckery. Well, you know what? You're never going to get anywhere in life. You have to make a decision. You're either going to do it or you're not, right? You're either going to pay your bills on time. You're going to manage your credit right. You're going to join a program to be taught this level of financial literacy, right? There's actually a term, it's called what is it called? Not credit consolidation. Credit counseling. Yeah. Like when you file a Chapter 7, you have to undergo credit counseling after that. 11, 13. And that credit counseling process is going to teach you actually how to manage your credit, right? And it's not just a checkoff list. It's actually doing it yourself, negotiating and talking with different creditors and stuff like that in the court, and then rectifying the situation. You need to know, and I need to know, that you're scot clear and you're ready to go to the next step. It's not just paying. Excuse me, my dad is building something over there. I think he's building like a bed or something, but I know you guys can hear me. It's about actually doing it, putting yourself in a position where you're really serious about what you do. Like, it's the same thing with diet and exercise. You could read up all the books you want to have the perfect bulletproof diet, but until you put the food in your mouth, you're not really going to get anywhere. It's the same thing with the gym. You may know and have read all the right ways on how to do the exercises, textbook, but you don't build a set of abs or biceps or triceps or whatever you're trying to gain in a gym outside of the gym. All the work is done inside of the kitchen. It's the same thing with credit. You actually have to be hands-on. And for those people that say, I just want to get these negative items removed and, I'll worry about building credit later. No, you're wrong, because here's the thing. Prevention is the greatest cure. A lot of you guys view debt the wrong way. There's good debt and there's bad debt. You want to leverage debt in a good way to build you an asset. Don't use debt in a negative way. If you consider credit cards and stuff like this as bad debt, It's because you don't know how to use it properly and you're being taken advantage of. So all these people that say, oh, I was scammed. No, you scammed yourself because you didn't read and you didn't take it serious. Financial literacy is no different than dropping down on fours and doing push-ups until I just die. That's how it is with financial literacy. You have to manage your money serious. It doesn't mean be stingy. You have to invest when it calls to invest. Especially, you have a second lease on life with me. Can you imagine in 2025? Wow, time passed so quickly. You actually have the ability to get this shit all removed and erased. But who's to say your bad habits are not erased? There's a saying. Sometimes the chains of habit are too light to be felt and too late. How did it go? Let me read it. Fuck it. I had it written down. I just butchered this. Oh. Chains of habit are too light. Often chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. That's so true. You have to prepare for the future. That means get the highest amount of credit cards. That doesn't mean max them out and then go default on them. No one's saying that. One guy said, oh, I want to get cars for my business. Well, did you know you need credit cards to get better interest rates on motor vehicles, on auto loans? Did you know that? Every single underwriter, there's underwriting, all right? It's in the Dodd-Frank Act, Truth in Lending Act. You guys need to be familiarized with lending. You're like, oh, I don't need to know that. Well, if you don't really need to know that, that's probably why you keep on being a sucker, right? Banks keep on taking advantage of you. You keep on messing up your credit. Sound familiar? I'm sorry if that's a little harsh, but I got to tell you, I got to send you the message. I got to tell you the truth. And if you're not receptive to it, then you're either going to attack me for being honest with you and giving you the right advice that you may or may not want to hear. It's not a question of want. It's a matter of you need to hear this and you need to apply this. Or later on, if you get so comfortable in being comfortable with your own bullshit, you're going to make those mistakes later on. So I can't be in a position to help you if I'm not telling you guys this, right? It's not just about removing derogatories off. There are tons of people. I had a call. His name was Chris Bowie. Shout out to Chris Bowie. He saw my last video posted yesterday and he signed up. He signed up to work with me. He actually disputed on his own and he got some stuff removed, but he kind of fell in a dead end, so he hired me. So shout out to him. We're going to get you results. But one thing about him is that he actually studied this, and he's going to go far because he keeps an open mind. Get these notifications to update your devices, but if you haven't updated your credit, I don't see a future for you.